The book of Job, chapter 9, King James. Then Job answered and said, I know it is so of a truth, but how should man be just with God? If he will contend with him, he cannot answer him 1 of 1,000. He is wise in heart and mighty in strength, who hath hardened himself against him, and hath prospered? Which removeth the mountains, and they know not, which overturneth them in his anger, which shake the earth out of her place, and the pillars thereof tremble, which commandeth the sun, and it riseth not, and sealeth up the stars, which alone spreadeth out the heavens, and treadeth upon the waves of the sea, which mocketh Arcturus, Orion, and Pleiades, and the chambers of the south, which doeth great things past finding out, yea, and wonders without number. Lo, he goeth by me, and I see him not. He passeth on also, but I perceive him not. Behold, he taketh away, who can hinder him? Who will say unto him, What doest thou? If God will not withdraw his anger, the proud helpers do stoop under him. How much less shall I answer him, and choose out my words to reason with him? Whom, though I were righteous, yet would I not answer, but I would make supplication to my judge. If I had called, and he had answered me, yet would I not believe that he had hearkened unto my voice. For he breaketh me with a tempest, and multiplieth my wounds without cause. He will not suffer me to take my breath, but filleth me with bitterness. If I speak of strength, lo, he is strong. And if of judgment, who shall set me a time to plead? If I justify myself, mine own mouth shall condemn me. If I say, I am perfect, it shall also prove me perverse. Though I were perfect, yet would I not know my soul. I would despise my life. This is one thing, therefore I said it, he destroyeth the perfect and the wicked. If the scourge slay suddenly, he will laugh at the trial of the innocent. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covereth the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he? Now my days are swifter than a post. They flee away, they see no good. They are passed away, as the swift ships, as the eagle that hasteth to the prey. If I say, I will forget my complaint, I will leave off my heaviness, and comfort myself. I am afraid of all my sorrows. I know that thou wilt not hold me innocent. If I be wicked, why then labor I in vain? If I wash myself with snow water, and make my hands never so clean, yet shalt thou plunge me in the ditch, and mine own clothes shall abhor me. For he is not a man, as I am, that I should answer him, and we should come together in judgment. Neither is there any day's man betwixt us, that might lay his hand upon us both. Let him take his rod away from me, and let not his fear terrify me. Then would I speak, and not fear him, but it is not so with me. Commentary and main themes. Job chapter 9 is one of the most profound and theologically rich moments in the book. Here, Job responds not just to his friends, but to the overwhelming reality of God himself. He begins by agreeing with a core truth: God is just. But then he asks a question that echoes through all of Scripture. How should man be just with God? Job recognizes the greatness, power, and sovereignty of God. He describes God as the one who controls creation, moving mountains, commanding the sun, and stretching out the heavens. This is a powerful declaration. God is not only just, he is unmatched in authority. But this realization leads Job into a place of tension. If God is that great, how can a man stand before him? Job feels the gap between God's holiness and human weakness. He acknowledges that even if he were righteous, he would still struggle to defend himself before such a powerful and holy God. This is not just about suffering anymore, it is about the human condition. Then Job says something remarkable. There is no days man, no mediator between him and God. This is one of the most important statements in the entire book. A days man is someone who could stand between two parties and reconcile them. Job is longing for someone who could bridge the gap between God and man. This cry points forward to a truth that would be fully revealed later in Scripture: the need for a mediator. Job also wrestles with what he perceives as injustice. From his limited perspective, it seems as though both the righteous and the wicked suffer, and that the world is not operating according to the simple formula his friends believe. But here is the key. Job is speaking from pain and limited understanding. He is not rejecting God. He is struggling to reconcile what he knows about God with what he is experiencing. Main themes: the greatness and sovereignty of God, the inability of man to justify himself before God, the deep need for a mediator between God and man, tension between faith and understanding, the struggle to reconcile suffering with God's justice. Job chapter 9 brings us face to face with a timeless truth. God is holy, man is limited, and the gap between them cannot be crossed by human effort alone. Yet even in his confusion, Job continues to seek, to question, and to speak toward God, not away from him. Memory verse: Neither is there any days man betwixt us, that might lay his hand upon us both. Job 9 verse 33, King James: